Work management can generate two different types of alert: check alerts and overdue alerts. Check alerts are represented by a red warning triangle in the control center, and overdue alerts are represented by the clock. Check alerts are generated because you've asked for them to be. When a checklist is initially created, one of the decisions you make is whether or not you want that check or that option on a check to trigger an alert. The alert will only be triggered if that check is completed or that option is selected. You'd usually set it against checks like comments, reporting a problem, selecting a negative answer, or taking an out-of-range temperature. Overdue alerts are automatically generated and are triggered because scheduled work has been completed late, is incomplete, or has been completely missed. Unscheduled work, on the other hand, will not trigger an overdue alert because it doesn't have a time limit for completion. Let's talk about the difference between the two. Scheduled work has a time limit against it, and you can see that time limit under the clock. When work is due to start, it will appear in the due section. It then moves up to the incomplete section once you've completed your first check. If you've not completed the checklist by the time the clock runs out, it will move up again into the red overdue section and an overdue alert will be sent. Any time that you see in the clock now is extra time, so you can still finish the work, but the alert will have already been sent. Unscheduled work, on the other hand, has no time limit. It's work that you will have started yourself by pressing the square work button at the bottom left of the screen, and it means that you won't see any time against the clock. So to recap, the difference between check and overdue alerts is that check alerts are represented by a red triangle in the control center. Overdue alerts are represented by a clock. Check alerts are generated because you've asked for them to be, whereas overdue alerts are generated automatically. Check alerts are triggered by individual checks, whereas overdue alerts are triggered by checklists. Check alerts are generated when you do something, so when you complete a specific check, whereas overdue alerts are generated when you don't, so that's if you don't complete work on time. And if the checklist reaches the overdue state, it means it's too late. It's likely that you'll be able to complete the rest of the work, but the alert will already have been sent. So that's check and overdue alerts. Next up is the alerts that are generated from automated monitoring.